Did you know that self-love is the key to success in a marriage? Yes, absolutely. When you love yourself, you have the capacity to be happier and to also extend a level of wholeness and health and beauty to your relationship. Um, when we think about self-love in the context of marriage and how it impacts your relationship, it's not to be underestimated. Can you imagine being in a relationship with someone who is not depending on you for their joy, is not depending on you for their happiness, is not constantly needing your affirmation or your validation or your approval or your compliments? Oh my word, that's refreshing. Does that mean that there's never a time to be affirmed or validated or have or receive compliments? Absolutely not. But it means that you are not using your partner, your spouse, as like your breath of fresh air. Like, they can be a breath of fresh air, but you do not need them to feel emotionally healthy and to feel like you are somebody, you know. You want the love that they give to you to be an addition. You want it to be the cherry on top. You don't want it to be the cake. You can't afford it to be the cake. At the end of the day, when your self love is where you need it to be, oh my goodness, it becomes now two people loving themselves and being able to give that love to other people, to each other. There will be less room for resentment. There will be less room for frustration. There'll be a stronger bond. There'll be improved communication and just improved excitement, because both of you are bringing health and wholeness to the relationship. Whenever someone is depending on their partner for that love to be shown so that they can love themselves, after a while it becomes extremely exhausting, and no one can and should be responsible for how you feel about yourself. And we want to encourage you to love yourself. It is important that you prioritize that self-care into the relationship, pouring into yourself. And if you are having a hard time loving yourself, sometimes it does mean that it's a good time to talk to someone, talk to a professional, and work through some of the reasons that make it difficult for you to love yourself. And it is high time, you guys, to have a conversation with your partner that says, hey, you know what, I've been depending on you way too much. I've been overly depending on you to make me feel better about myself, to make me feel like I'm lovable and to feel worthy, but that's not your job. And so let's take the pressure off of our spouses to do that for us. It's not their job to help us love ourselves. Also, I think for those of us that are spiritually inclined, knowing where our worth derives, from where our worth derives and why we are lovable. And we are lovable because we were designed and created by a God who thinks we were absolutely amazing and that we're absolutely amazing and awesome. And the Bible says that when God made us, he says, man, this was very good. He did not look at us and like, oh my gosh, this was a big disappointment. And so just knowing that your worth does not derive from your social media following. It does not derive from your clothing, from how your makeup looks, from what you earn, from what your last name is, from your family history. It does not derive from anything. Your self-worth, your self-love must come from the fact that you were designed and created. You were wonderfully and fearfully made. You are lovable. You are amazing. And God and God alone is the first and last person that can help you really love yourself the way you need to love yourself. So encouraging you all to be intentional about pouring into yourself and seeing yourself beyond these superficial and these fleeting things that we have around us, and that we have used to make ourselves feel like we are lovable. Calling on you guys at this time to leave a comment below, and maybe you can share what are some experiences you've had or you have seen where self-love in a relationship, in a marriage, has been an amazing asset. So I would love for you to hear from you guys in that. All right, we'll see you guys next time, and feel free to subscribe as we thrive and grow together. Give yourself some grace. See you soon.